setbacks have run.
So there it is, 15th consecutive trip to the semifinals. Merker looks on with pride.
This one is also the match of
Well, enormous respect for each other, Roger Federer and James Blake. And the crowd all standing in appreciation to the tennis match they played.
From the United States of America, James Blake.
A well-liked member of the tennis community when he turns up here for the Australian Open. He'll be extremely happy with his performance here in 2008. A good way to kick off the year. Couldn't quite get the job done, but he challenged the world #1, and that's what you're here to do. It's been a great night out, and he's with our man, Jim Courier.
Roger, talk to me about the quality of James' tennis tonight. You guys have played a lot of times. You've beaten him every time. There have been some close ones, but you were really pushed to the brink with his tennis tonight.
Yeah, I mean, he's such a great player, you know. Hits incredible shots, is so dangerous on any point, you know. You might be up 30-love, but 4 points later, you're down a break, so it goes very quickly, and that's a tough part against James, and he's improved a lot over the last few years, and it's just great to see him back, and great effort for winning Davis Cup, so always a pleasure playing against him.
Excellent. Now, we've seen a lot of great tennis out of you at crunch time over the years. The second set tiebreak was some of the most special tennis that I've seen from both of you. Do you allow yourself to enjoy it in the moment? Are you aware of the level as it's going?
Well, these are the points you like to see on replay afterwards, but in the moment itself, you're a little bit focused, you know, unfortunately. But I know there were two. They're showing them or what? Maybe.
Did you watch it during the tiebreak, the points up there on the replay?
No, I couldn't watch. I was putting my head down and concentrating, but I knew there was two really tough points in a row. James played them to perfection, and, you know, I got a bit lucky to get the ball back and get back into the point. So, yeah, those are key moments, and it's never easy in a tiebreak. Anything can happen.
Now, you've done a lot in this game already. You're rewriting a lot of the record books tonight. You've entered into your 15th consecutive Grand Slam semifinal. That's a record by a long ways. Two of our game's great champions, Yvonne Lendl and the man this building is named for, Rod Laver, were the previous holders with 10. Talk about what that means to you to continue to dominate the record books like that.
Well, it's great being on top of the game for so long, and, you know, being compared to the greats, you know, like Laver or Sampras or, you know, whoever who's up there. But for me, it's respectful, of course, you know me. And it's just great being part of, you know, the pinnacle of the sport. You know, every Grand Slam I'm playing at, like you said, the last 15, I've been in the semis. It's just nice to be in the final again, really, and being right there. And I hope I can keep it up for many more years to come, because it seems like everywhere I go now, I have such a great, you know, supporters all around the world, and it's just a nice thing. And I hope I stay healthy and bring it on every time.
Well, another thing that surprised me was, by winning this match, you will keep your #1 ranking irrespective of what happens the rest of the way, but it was at risk. If you were lost tonight and Rafa would have won the tournament, you would have gone to #2. Were you aware of that before the tournament?
Well, I heard rumors I could lose it. But, you know, we're a long shot away. I got to lose, he's got to win, and we know how tough it is to win Grand Slams, so it's just it's a long way. So I actually started forgetting about it as I was being almost out of the tournament in the 3rd round. So then somebody reminded me again, of course, you know, they like doing that. And like you know, it's better be a player, I tell you. And it's, so, excuse me, how long am I staying #1 for?
Well, at least for another couple of weeks.
I thought it was going to be way longer than that, but...
I think it's about 209 weeks so far.
Well, yeah, no, I mean, thank you, but it's...
You're not sick of it yet, are you?
No, it means a lot, you know. Every time I enter a new year, of course, I want to try to, you know, dig deep and try to stay number one. And obviously important is the end of year ranking. That would be great if that was be number one. But as I'm on this really great streak of, you know, like the consecutive weeks, it's as well, you know, not in the whole thing, but in terms of consecutive. So that's just beautiful. And, you know, of course, Rafa's got many more points coming. He's won Indian Wells, the whole clay court. So for me, maybe a bit of pressure off because I have this tournament, but final weekend, this is what it's about right now, not number one.
Yeah, well, let's shift back into frame. Let's talk specifically about your next match. It'll be a rematch of the US Open final. Novak Djokovic, who has really elevated his game since you beat him here last year in the 4th round. What do you anticipate in that matchup?
I mean, he's done a phenomenal job. I think, 4 semifinals of Grand Slams at his age. I was never close to that at his age, so that's a fantastic effort. And, you know, he's improved so much in the last couple of years. He could be an improved player twice in a row, you know, so that's great. And I'm obviously excited playing against the best in the world, and he's right behind me, so it's going to be exciting, and it's going to be fun to watch, I think.
Okay, well, we got one more question. Tomorrow night, there's another semifinal. I think you'll probably be watching. Rafa's going up against this new talent, Jo-Wilfried Tsonga. What have you seen of that? Who do you think is going to get that one done?
Honestly, I haven't seen too much of Tsonga, but I saw a little bit against Yuzhny last night, and no, he was impressive, no doubt. He's a hell of an athlete, and you know, he gets the job done. He's young as well. Again, another youngster, but you know, I like being surrounded by those guys. You know, they don't have the experience I have, so that's so that's good, and it's going to be exciting. You know, explosive tennis. We always get that from Rafa, and I always enjoy watching Rafa play more than playing against him.
Well said. You've given a great interview, but you made one mistake. You can't say hell of a on television. Do you know that?
Now I know.
All right, well, you're in the semifinals, so nice job, Raj.
Ladies and gentlemen, again, we'll congratulate Roger Federer.
A great chat, another great performance. He's a great player. It's as simple as that. 7-5, 7-6. 6-4, Roger Federer goes through. So that means the Final Four is locked in. Don't forget